Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, we'll be covering part 2 to a story I covered back in July, which is titled, Wife Wanted a Divorce and Turned the Kids Against Me, Now Walking Away After They Pushed Me Too Far. And the actual Reddit title was, Am I the a-hole for wanting nothing to do with my kids and ex-wife after 2 years of false things being said? And as a recap, guys, because it's been 2 months, that's about the husband and father who now is divorced or on the way to divorce because his ex obviously fell out of love with him, that type of thing. And to no surprise, we can all connect, turned the kids against him. Because literally one day everything seemed okay, and the next day the kids were saying he did a bunch of things. All started with one night, him getting arrested. It was a night the kids apparently went out, cops found them, and they arrested him saying that he obviously was doing a bad job as a father. And then each of them was saying things about him, which they eventually retracted, admitting they made the whole thing up. And eventually enough was enough, and the guy left. And he obviously got divorced. And everybody speculated that the wife was coaching them to probably get a better deal in the divorce, to get custody of the kids. And he realized, I'm done. Because he understood that there's a point that he won't be able to defend himself anymore. The accusations will be too bad. Next thing you know, he's doing time. And he walked away. And it was a very, very sad, tragic situation, which I made the point of the whole thing, guys, as you recall, that at any time, something can be said about you. And it doesn't have to be that bad. But people tend to believe whether it's actual or not. And all it takes is one thing being said, and a guy's doing time. And even if you get off on this, you have a lawyer, you prove 100% that it didn't happen, still people are going to think that you just got some good lawyer, and they lied and got you off, and you're screwed. And you're going to see in this update here, even though this guy is done with all them, as sad as it is, still he's pretty messed up about this because he never know. Next time the cops are showing up at his house because guess what, one of the kids remembers something or his wife says something. It's a terrible situation. Now I'm going to follow up here where he's going in his life. He's trying to move on, but you're going to see how he's haunted here. So all you guys out there are maybe in a bad situation like this, yeah, look at the big picture. Do you really want to spend time in the Slimer because, people are saying things about you? And shows you how guys can't win. So he continues with his update here. He says here, so I didn't think I'd be back with any sort of update until December, but here I am. First of all, I want to thank everyone in the comment section, the ones who tell me that I'm not the a-hole for feeling this way, and the ones who said this was fake AI bullcrap, which got me laughing, and for all the advice everybody's given to me. Nobody can post a story online anymore without somebody saying it's AI crap. Second, for the ones who DM me, I also want to say thank you for reaching out to me. I may not have answered, but I really appreciate reading the messages. You see how guys being able to post their story online and get answers really helps them? It's amazing. Well, after my last update, I tried looking for something to do on my days off of work. My first thought was the animal shelter nearby because it's not even a 5-minute drive from my house. Turns out it's closed on my days off. I looked around for neighboring counties and those that were even less helpful. A lot of the animal shelters required I attend some sort of orientation, but there's no set day of the week for the orientation. I know it would be good for my mental health in the long run, but in the short term, taking a day off from work, potentially, to attend the orientation and making my paycheck smaller isn't helpful. So he's trying. That's actually not a bad idea. The animal shelter, looking for volunteers to walk the dogs, pet the cats, change the litter boxes, help out with this, help out with that, The animals are therapeutic. And good for him because I'm an animal person. But they're making it complicated for him. Well, I decided to try dating. Smack! You want to bring peace into your life or make your life more peaceful after everything he's been through? And he's going to try dating in 2025? Well, in this situation, actually, it's helping him a little bit. I wasn't going to go into this looking for anything serious. I was wanting to try some casual dates to just get out of the house, meet some people. That's not what happened. If you want to meet some people, join a boxing club, boxing classes, martial arts or something. You'll meet some good bros in there. Well, I made a profile on a dating app and kind of just left it alone. One of the pictures I had on it was of my cat. He's an orange cat presenting as a tuxedo cat, no brain cell whatsoever. I got a message from a woman and was talking about how cute my cat was and how he matched one of hers. Hey, there you go. Dog people like dog people and cat people like cat people. We talked about our cats for a while, and things got flirty, and I asked her out on a date. I felt like it went well since she stuck around anyway. We found out that there are many similarities between the two of us that we like, and our sense of humor, that my friends think I found a female version of myself, which I think is funny because when she meets them, she means they're screwed. Okay, well that's... if I wouldn't be rushing into relationships this quickly after his divorce, let alone all the chaos he went through. But this is helping him move on, and he can recognize, don't rush into anything, fine, but just tread lightly. Now, don't worry, guys. I'm going to get into the point of this video, aside from his update here, the stress he's going through because of the crap. Well, after almost a month of us talking and going on the occasional date, I told her I had some things to tell her and then something to ask her. I was up front with everything that happened last year and this year, showing her all the paperwork that I had to show that I was innocent in all this. Yeah, imagine, guys, remember what he went through, those of you that saw the video. Then you got to tell somebody about this. Someone new doesn't know you. Some people will be like, you're arrested for that, and they'll walk. After telling her all this, I asked if she still wanted to stick around or if she wanted to walk away and not get dragged into any of the drama that she could get put through just because of us having a relationship. Well, she hugged me and cried for me. Oh, that's a good sign. Which I gotta admit got me to start crying. Smack! Don't cry in front of your girl. And told me that she was sorry I had to go through something like that. Once the two of us stopped trying to flood my house from the tears, I asked her if she wanted to make things official between us, and she said yes. Smack, too soon. You just got divorced, like this year. Yeah, you can date, but getting into another relationship, that's potentially putting yourself in a whole bunch more drama. I get that this guy and a lot of guys like this want to move on from the shit they went through, and it's a nice distraction. But frankly, he should be at the animal shelter if he can work that out, one of them, than getting into a full-blown relationship. I get that she's cool, you're having a good time with her, but when you rush into things, you tend to look past other things. And I know y'all are making jokes about cat ladies and everything, but I'm a cat guy, so I'm not totally crazy. I was honestly so scared to tell her what happened with my kids and ex. I was dead certain that once I told any prospective girl this, they would walk away so that their own lives wouldn't get ruined. But she stayed with me, and so I'm incredibly grateful for that. We agreed to take it slow, and we don't rush into anything too quickly. Well, you become officially boyfriend-girlfriend exclusive, so that is kind of rushing things after a month. But, for God's sakes, don't move in with her. That's the dumbest thing you could do. And don't have her move in with you, or pick up at a new place. Take your time, dude. Because you all remember all the crap he went through. But I will say this real quick, because I'm in a talking mood. If after all the shit that he's been through and he told her and she's not running away or freaked out or anything, that's good. There are good ones out there. I hope this guy deserves a good one after what he went through. Well, I can't remember which of my posts it was on, and to be honest, there's too many comments on them to be able to find them. But a Redditor said that essentially they hope I find someone that can actually be happy after all the drama with my ex-wife and kids. I want to thank them for saying that, because between them speaking into my existence and my cat being, well, him, it seems to have worked. So far, dude, this is the beginning. I'm not back to being 100% though. I'm still scared that something else will happen that will somehow mess up my life even more. Hear that? After what he went through and the accusations and being arrested a couple times, how can you just walk away? You're always going to be looking behind your back. Are the cops pulling up? I'm scared of the cops showing up at my house with new allegations even though I haven't done anything. I'm scared of running into my ex or the kids in public just by going to the grocery shopping and something getting arrested over it, or somehow getting arrested over it. Every time I drive home and a sheriff or state police or city police vehicle comes down towards me or drives by the house, I can feel my anxiety spike. And the worst part about the whole thing, guys, this guy's innocent. He didn't do anything. Just the ex decided to, start her bullshit. She coached the kids. And I might add, the kids are 7 and 9 years old. Especially the 9-year-old's old enough to know, I think it was the girl, it was wrong. Nope, they don't care. And the funny thing is, I guarantee this guy was given shit, but some people gave him shit because he walked away. He doesn't want to get arrested again. Because sooner or later they're going to say something, they're going to frame him, and then he's doing time. They're all evil. I'm not a parent. I have no idea what it's like to have a kid. I only know what it's like to have cats, and I love them dear. But my God, if I had kids and they turned on me like that, even to put the betrayal aside, I don't want to do time. I'm not going to survive prison. Get my ass kicked or worse. I have cameras up around the house that record my front door, back door, and where I park my car outside my house, and cameras inside that cover my front door and my back door. I have other means of showing my location on my phone and when I've traveled, and if I've traveled all that day, I keep any and all receipts from shopping or even grabbing something to eat while in town just so I can have timestamps of where I've been and when I was there. In other words, he's keeping track of everything, where he goes, who he deals with, everything. So in case there's some accusation about he did something on some day, you can be like, oh yeah, here's my history of where I was there. I was at McDonald's getting a Big Mac. I was over at Best Buy picking up a new freaking TV. Here's the receipts. Here's everything. I'm on the fucking Best Buy camera in the store surveillance. He has to do that to keep his sanity. It's a giant mess, but I'm doing what I can. I'm looking forward to learning more about my girl that my dingus of a cat helped me meet. I'm also looking forward to being able to not live in fear of the police. I'm looking forward to being able to live and not just die right now. Again, I want to thank everyone for their thoughts, advice, comments, everything. I'm still gathering paperwork and what evidence I can about all this, and sadly, I don't have the answers about why this has been happening. I don't know how my son got that supposed concussion. I don't know if my ex is coaching them. I don't know if someone is in their lives because of my ex that is causing all this. I don't know if I'll get those answers, but right now, I'm going to keep searching and fighting for myself until I can either find anything else or I get answers. So that is the end of his update here. Obviously more on how he's doing, and I care about how he's doing because a lot of guys go through varying degrees of this shit. Awful divorce and can't see the kids because the wife's arranged it that way or turned the kids against him. It's a fucking mess, you know? But it's an absolute shame. You know, the old saying about innocent until proven guilty? Bullshit. It's more like guilty until proven guilty. Because no matter what, you're always guilty, it seems like, you know? Again, nothing happened. He didn't do anything. But still, look what he's dealing with. He has to worry all the time that there's going to be another thing. And I'm sure people look at him differently than people that know him, thinking that he just got some lawyer to get him off. So you must be careful, guys. That is the sad reality that is out there. It's bullshit. But anyhow, people asked him questions in the comment section, so I'm going to read some comments here. A lot of people are really rooting this guy on because it could be any of you watching this right now. It could happen to any of you, as well as some comments he said about his situation. One guy says here, your children are young, yes, but not too young to know what lies are and that lying is wrong. Your daughter knew she was lying, and so did your son, so did your wife. It seems you successfully extricated yourself from 3 assholes. I'd avoid all 3 of them like the plague. Enjoy every good thing that comes your way. You deserve it. Good luck. Yeah, this guy does deserve good things. And I'm happy he found somebody he can click with who didn't freak out when he told her the truth. And notice he told her the truth pretty early on. That's a good thing. But you shouldn't rush into things. Another guy says here, first post was 3 months ago. And you've been dating this girl for at least a month. So you went from this traumatic end to jumping into a new relationship in 2 months. If you're going to move away from trauma at warp speed, don't be surprised when you end up with more. Fair point about rushing into things. And our guy here responds, that's why I'm making sure to take this slow and not jumping into the deep end. No meeting family until 2 months officially dating, so not until November at the earliest. Not going to family functions together until next year, things like that. He shouldn't be meeting family and friends like that just after 2 months of dating. In my opinion, that's too soon. That's going too fast. Once a week, get together, have a good time. He goes about his life and all that. I get he wants a distraction to move on, but it's just too soon. Don't be like what women do. What women do, they rush right into new things to just get past the old shit, not fixing things. Another guy says here, did your ex give her a reason why she wanted a divorce in the first place? Do you think there's something else and that she's trying to manipulate the kids? And our guy responds, at this point I have no idea, but that's the general consensus from my other posts. My ex told me she wasn't in love with me anymore and she couldn't stay with me and wanted a divorce. I haven't spoken to her since June, so I have nothing else to go with. Well, by and large, women won't end it with one guy until they already have a replacement ready to go. So the likelihood is she already has somebody else. And probably she wanted the custody of the kids, and probably so that way he then... Let me rephrase that. She wanted to make sure she got the kids, and the majority of the time, and maybe coached the kids, had to coach the kids on what to say, and now they're with her all the time, and he's got to pay more money, which, by the way, he does pay her money. And one more, this guy says, hey, I'm glad you're better and have found someone who makes you happy. I still recommend therapy, though specifically trauma therapy, like EMDR. You probably have some form of PTSD after everything you've been through, and will continue to have flashbacks and anxiety until you deal with it. Good luck. So there you go, guys. I have a feeling we're going to hear from him again. I'm sure there's going to be some shit in the future. I mean, I hope not. He did say he was going to probably update in November, December, but you know how things go. Things usually tend to pop up. But given what he's been through, I really do hope there's no more BS and he can move on. I just say take your time with this new girl, man. So there you go, guys. Things that can happen to unfortunate crap that can happen to guys. So be careful, my God. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And guys, you find a good story you want me to cover, send it my way. strongsuccessfulmail@gmail.com. And if it's a good one, I'll definitely cover it. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.